And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's lured him into the rocks.
I haven't heard that term in a long time. She's a harlot.
And we did a zero in, like we zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight, Dan. Look at this.
There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Wow. No, I haven't heard that one.
There's a moment when a public figure's carefully crafted image suddenly feels less like a reflection of reality and more like a carefully scripted performance. Joe Rogan didn't just sense that moment with Meghan Markle. He pulled back the curtain entirely. The supposed emotional breakdown, those tearful vibes she tried to serve on her latest podcast, didn't fool him. In fact, he laughed and asked the question everyone wanted to know: where were the tears? Zooming in on her face, Rogan and his team saw exactly what the cameras missed. There wasn't a single tear rolling down her cheek, no smeared mascara, no reddened eyes, just repeated wiping and carefully controlled sniffles. It was a performance, plain and simple. But why would someone so famous stage a breakdown? And what does that say about the bigger story?
We did a zero in, like we zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight, Dan. Look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear? There's nothing there. Look, it's an actor's trick. She just keeps wiping and wiping and wiping, so we think she has a heart.
Meghan Markle's rise to fame is a masterclass in shaping public perception. From her early days as an actress to becoming a duchess, she learned how to blend vulnerability with strength, pain with glamour. But Joe Rogan's breakdown of her latest podcast moment with Jamie Kern-Lima exposed a shift. Instead of raw emotion, what viewers saw was a curated image, an actor's trick played out on a global stage. Rogan's blunt critique wasn't just about the absence of tears, it was about what that absence represented. A war room of advisors in England supposedly crafted every word, every pause, every glance. The emotional breakdown wasn't organic. It was a rehearsed scene in a high-stakes PR drama. When Rogan quipped, "If you're going to cry on camera, you should probably bring the tears," he wasn't joking. The fact that Meghan allegedly once boasted she could cry on command from her left eye added fuel to the fire.
Beyond the tears, or lack thereof, there's a bigger narrative: Meghan as a brand. Gone are the days of the quiet royal. Now it's about product launches, Netflix deals, wellness tips, and lifestyle branding. But branding a persona so publicly can create contradictions. She claims to have stepped back from the monarchy, yet signs jars of jam with her royal title. That small moment, captured on screen, became a symbol for critics, a reminder she's still clinging to an identity she insists she's left behind. The homemade jam, the cozy podcasts, the perfectly curated Instagram posts, they all serve to paint a picture of authenticity. But when legal troubles hit, like the $10 million lawsuit over a bath salt recipe featured on Netflix that allegedly caused severe burns, that image begins to unravel. What was meant to be a relatable wellness moment turns into a liability that threatens her carefully maintained empire. No discussion of Meghan Markle is complete without addressing the swirling rumors that have dogged her for years. Joe Rogan didn't shy away from this either. He touched on the whispers about her Hollywood days, attending high-end parties on luxury yachts, mingling with billionaires whose names raise eyebrows, and even faint but persistent connections to Epstein's controversial circle. While no hard proof has emerged, the smoke around these stories has never fully cleared. Fans dismiss them as sexist or baseless attacks, but critics argue that these rumors feed into a larger question. Is Meghan curating a version of herself that doesn't match the full story? And if so, why does she work so hard to bury her past instead of owning it? A body language expert brought on Joe Rogan's podcast broke down Meghan's mannerisms in chilling detail.
Her stiff shoulders, forced smile, and eyes that scan for approval rather than get lost in genuine emotion signal control rather than vulnerability. The expert described her behavior as posturing and performing, with every movement overthought, classic signs of acting instead of emoting. This disconnect between words and body language isn't just a minor quirk. It's a sign of someone who is deeply aware of their public image and the need to protect it at all costs. In a world where viewers increasingly scrutinize every frame, that protective performance can erode the connection fans hope to feel. Meghan's public image struggles don't exist in a vacuum. Reports suggest Prince William is reportedly furious about the constant drama and fake crying that drags the palace back into the spotlight. The British monarchy, already weathering numerous scandals, sees the endless media spectacle as damaging to their dignity. Rogan bluntly stated, "If you were trying to destroy a monarchy's dignity, you couldn't do it better than these two," referring to Meghan and Harry. As public fascination turns to fatigue, the couple faces growing skepticism. The carefully crafted narrative of oppressed royals seeking privacy clashes with their ongoing media presence and commercial ventures. Fans and critics alike wonder if this is a genuine story or a living brand campaign, meticulously produced and overplayed. One of the most shocking turns in Meghan's recent saga involves a lawsuit from a woman who claims that a Netflix-featured bath salt recipe Meghan promoted caused her diabetic ulcers and severe burns. This lawsuit isn't just embarrassing, it's a warning shot about the risks celebrities take when dispensing wellness advice without medical expertise. Joe Rogan highlighted this danger, joking that Meghan was on a TV drama, not a medical show, reminding viewers that influencers must be cautious about health claims. The lawsuit raises questions about vetting, responsibility, and whether these relatable PR moments are worth the potential fallout. Meghan is reportedly shopping a post-divorce memoir deal, a move that adds yet another layer to the unfolding drama. While she publicly says she hasn't lived enough life to write a memoir, insiders suggest she's preparing for a massive payday that could support her for years. Joe Rogan speculated on why she avoids owning parts of her past. The silence and denial surrounding the rumors, he said, only deepen public suspicion. A memoir could either be a cathartic truth-telling or another carefully controlled narrative designed to maintain her image. Despite all the drama and discussion, Rogan's audience isn't hostile, they're just tired. The Contradictions, claiming victimhood while making millions from media deals, preaching privacy while selling jam and wellness products, wear down public patience. The once fascinating story of Meghan and Harry has evolved into a saga of overproduction, staged emotion, and a relentless media cycle. Rogan's blunt assessment? The world isn't buying it anymore. Meghan Markle's journey from actress to duchess to global influencer is nothing short of remarkable. But the more the public sees behind the scenes, the performances, the branding, the lawsuits, the more they question what's real. Joe Rogan didn't just roast Meghan's latest podcast moment, he held up a mirror to a broader cultural phenomenon, how public figures manage authenticity in the age of social media and relentless scrutiny. Whether Meghan chooses to embrace transparency or continue the carefully scripted narrative, one thing is clear. Audiences are watching, and they're no longer easily fooled.